Hey, Stacy. Hi, Lisa. Daisy says hello. Nice day today. Hey, Samka. Hey, Jet Dude. Beautiful day here. Birds singing. This is Lake George. Hey, Shonda. Hey, Alethea. Hi, Scott. Hey, Ralph. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Michael. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, Minnesota's a great state. Love that place. Oh, Poland. Great. I was hoping, I wanted to see that there's a nesting pair of loons. They've been coming back like for at least 15 years. And I've seen the male, but not the female. Hey, Patricia. How you doing? What's that, Michael? You did some drugs? Oh, congratulations. Try and hang in there. Yeah. It'll wreck your life. You don't. Get use every resource possible. People on the chat here, drug rehab. Get away from people that do drugs if you can. Hi, Linda. Hey, Diane. Hey, Kimbers. Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Well, good luck to you. You're not just quitting cold turkey, are you? Oh, good. Well, I wish you the best. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Robbie. Hey, Graphics. Okay, you can email it to me if you want. You can say it on here if you feel like it. Oh, that's good, Kevin. Well, good. How you been, Stacy? No, I didn't know that, Michael. I didn't know that. I don't doubt it, though. I usually get about maybe 5 copyright uh, notices a month from people using my videos. Oh, are they? That's not good. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Yeah, I'm used to it. Yeah. Nah, it's not, but I don't worry about it too much, to tell you the truth. I mean, having a YouTube channel to me is just a place where I can, upload stuff that interests me, go back and watch it later. I'm not really into the views or any of that, subscribers. I wish I could hide them all. I mean, everybody thinks that, when you have a YouTube channel, that views is everything, and it's just not to me. I know damn well, and 95% of the stuff I do, I'm not going to get any views, but I'm fine with it. Oh, did they? That's not nice. Turn them in for me, will you? Say that's copyright. Stealing my videos, that's not nice. It's nice today. I mean, it's not chilly with the windows open up. My guess would be 65. Beautiful day today. Not much wind. Yeah, tell them off for me, Michael. Tell them to quit doing it. Get their own stuff. Yeah, it's nice here, Diane. Oh, 57, that's good. Oh, it is? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. I know only this isn't the greatest thing. If I'm facing this way, it's okay. But if I'm not, I'm dead in the water. I only get like 2 bars. Yeah, Claire is about 38 miles southwest of me. I've been there quite a few times. No, I don't really care, Michael. It doesn't bother me that much. There's nothing I can do about it. But thank you for telling me about it. Yeah, yep. Good luck to her. Oh, that's not bad, Michael. A little hot. Yeah, appreciate you looking out for me. I don't go on TikTok too much. Once in a while, but it's just not me. Oh, that's cool. I have not heard from Becky. I did. She got on a chat before I left Detroit and was going to call me. I never heard from her. Hey, Ricky, how you doing? Yeah, I don't really know, to tell you the truth. It's been very slow down there. I mean, I used to spend my whole day hunting these people down, and I just don't do that anymore. If I go there and I see them, great. But if I don't, I get out of Dodge and go do something else. I mean, I spent all of August and all of October with stuff that I still have that I was unable to hand out. So that's why I've kind of gotten away from it. Just I spent a ton of time just trying to deliver these packages. It's just not like normal people you run into regularly. Yeah, that's not good, Michael. Yeah, it's not cool. I don't really care about the money part of it. If I did, I'd go down and interview Tassie and Maddie and Gerald every week. Oh yeah, it can definitely be exhausting. That's for sure. Another girl died. If you look at Brett, the girl that had the real white teeth, she overdosed a couple days ago up on 6 Mile and Telegraph. And of course, Sweet Pea overdosed. I mean, I know a lot of these women aren't around any longer. It really is a drag. I mean, you could say, well, does it bother you? And I say, not that bad, but maybe it does bother me worse. I don't know. I'm not like really it's not like a good feeling. You're helping somebody and they're getting out of that rut. See a young life end over some stuff like that. Yeah, I still am. Yeah. Yeah, Brett. She was the girl everybody were always commenting about her teeth, her whiter teeth were. Yeah, somebody sent me an email that the other day. Even like Sweet Pea, what a sweet girl, man. I'm telling you, man, that gets a lock on you. You're just kind of screwed. One way door. There's a few that get out of there, but it's like anything. It's like a tornado. It's just not moist conditions, just not heat. A lot of things have to come together for one to happen. And that's kind of how drug addiction is. You get like genetics, situations, abuse, trauma, dysfunctional families, and you take this heroin. I mean, they say it's like 50 times better than a good orgasm. So if you got a criminal record, you can't get gainful employment. Everybody you know you're estranged from because you've ripped them off and not paid back money and whatever. Before you know it, you just got so much negative baggage that it's easier to stay high. You disassociate sex is an intimate act, but more of a moneymaker. And before you know it, you're in that trap, and nothing feels good as getting high. Oh, good, Stacy. Yeah, Brie. Yeah, yeah. There's still heroin around though. There's still quite a bit of heroin around, but it is mixed with fentanyl. Yeah, peace, sweet, nice girl. You know, I'm not 100% on that name. I thought it was it Brett? I don't think it was Brie, was it? You know, I'm not sure. You know, I mean, she had her hair up in a bun, real white top teeth, but it's definitely her that overdosed. Yeah, I think you're right on that, Kimbers. Yeah, withdrawals are a drag, but I mean, it's just you know, a lot of people comment they're losing their looks. Look, looks are a part of an iron and a fire that can get you places. Everybody knows this. I mean, looks are important. They're not everything, but they matter. And when you see a young, attractive girl, I look at that is that's another iron in the fire. I mean, if you get women that aren't attractive to men, they're not going to have the same opportunities at a young age. I'm not saying you have to be gorgeous, but you have to be attractive to the opposite sex. And if you're not, I mean, I've joked with my buddies before. They say, "Oh, my daughters, I don't know what I'm going to do. They're cute." It's like, hey, man, that's the way out. That's how we all got here. You're better off with attractive daughters than non-attractive ones. You'll never get rid of them. I mean, the things in the world are set up to guy and girl. It's just the way it is. You can be other things, and that's fine, but it's pretty much geared around couples. That's a big notch in most people's life, getting married. And if you don't have anybody that's ever interested in marrying you, well, that's unfortunate. So when you see a nice, young, attractive girl, even a guy, and you watch their looks deteriorate over something like drug use, it's not like they got cancer and they went through chemotherapy and that was a product of that. When you do something on your own volition, you're taking these drugs yourself daily, and you just see their looks heading south. It bothers you because you know what looks can do for you, even in normal life. There's nothing wrong with feeling bad that someone you've watched me interview is starting to lose their looks because it matters. Oh, okay, Michael. Physical attraction is the start of it. It is. It definitely is. There are occasions, I don't know about you, but you can meet somebody you weren't attracted to at the beginning, and later on you get attracted to them. And let's face it, when people are young, you don't really need to be good looking to be attractive. They can still have a good body or beautiful hair or nice teeth, or you're young, you're attractive. It's the same with baby birds, baby anything, baby elephant. Everything looks new, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to make excuses for it. Except when you get my age, and then that's all out the window and it's game over. But I think your brain kind of evolves in the same way your looks do. If you were concerned about your looks at 65 like you were at 16, you'd kill yourself. So you kind of go, it seems to like progress evenly to me. So yeah, it's sad when you see a young girl just. I just saw one the other night. I don't really fool around with Facebook much, but I just happened to look at her Facebook, and it's like, oh my God, man, she really looks like an old lady now. Yeah, I would love to read a medical explanation as to what happens to the physiology of a young girl's body over the course of heroin and crack use. I would just like to know from a scientific basis what is causing that. I mean, I'm sure there are other things thrown in like um, poor nutrition, poor sleep, that kind of thing. But what causes that? Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding you. I'm not bragging because it's nothing to brag about, but I got about 15 older women up here that drive me nuts. They're like 70 to 80. You ought to see the Christmas presents they buy me. It's like I don't want to. I am nice to them. If they need a favor, they need to ride down to University of Michigan, 150 miles away or something. No problem. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind helping them out, but that's it, man. I know that sounds so terrible, but I'll take the shallow hit on this one. I'm just not interested in hanging out with them like I was when I was young and the girls were pretty. I know it sounds really terrible. I mean, I don't mind good conversation and quality company, but there's nothing like having those old hormones in the mix when you're young. Oh, that's okay, Lisa. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, chicken and carrot juice. Take that. Eat that a lot. Those scallops are going south at Aldi's. I bought a bag of those. They're not big at all anymore, just like regular scallops for regular price. Brittany, that's it. Okay, yeah, Brittany. Yeah, Brittany, that's the girl that overdosed, yeah. Now, the person that sent me the email said it was her boyfriend. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, 40, that's nothing, Philip. I think after you get out of college and you get into a career, I think it's all kind of the same anyway. I do. I don't think there's much difference. Rotisserie chicken's good. Hey, tell Maddie that I don't have her current phone number and I got stuff for her. Yeah, I mean, I get. I think they're lonely. That's for sure. Yeah, they're not anymore. Go in there and look at them now. Good, Swag. How you doing? I mean, I don't mind, but I find every excuse in the world not to go over there. I don't even like going over there for dinner, to be honest with you. Doing fine. What's that, Lana? Yeah, restaurants are any good. I did drive by that Rico's yesterday. They were closed for some reason. I don't know why. No, I didn't get the paint, but I got some of the prep stuff, and I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do this. I measured it all off last night, but I got everything pretty much. I got a bunch of stuff in my garage too that I got to see what I have and what, and I'll get going on it. Sherwin-Williams paint's about 75 bucks a gallon, but it's worth it. If you ever want like quality paint, go get it from Sherwin-Williams. Like I said before, they don't even care if the regular old house owner comes in. Commercial painters use it. I mean, when you can own freestanding buildings and just sell your own paint, that speaks volumes when you can get a gallon of it anywhere for $20. But if you use quality paint, you'll notice the difference, the way it covers, and you notice the way it comes off a brush and a roller. This is Lake George. It's just south of the city of West Branch. Well, I mean, there's. I'm just saying, when you want something to really look nice, you will notice the difference in paint that costs twice as much. And Sherwin-Williams is that paint. If you use like an exterior, let's say, you'll notice how much longer it lasts. I don't really know what they do, but when you're getting twice as much or 3 times as much for a gallon of paint and you're busy, that says something. What's wrong, Lana? What's happening? I don't have Mandy's current phone number. Tell her to call me. Yeah, I feel. I mean, I wish the best for Mandy. No, I'm not. I got to get some stuff done. I'm gonna go back home. 2 of those checks that I sent to people never got there, so I'm gonna remail those. One of them was Kim's rent. That lady's been so patient. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I've had like 3 things get lost in the mail in my life, and here's 2 of them, and they're both checks I sent to people. The other 2 got there. The other 2 packages. Yeah, it's a dead area where she at. It's totally over there. Yeah, it's been going that way forever. But even like on Michigan Avenue, it's dead. Oh yeah, I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what causes that, and I don't know if it's. I don't know, but I think there are ways around it. I can tell you this: that thinning hair on women as they age is not uncommon, and there are things you can do for that. There's some medication you can take. There's a topical gel you can use, and there's a special comb you can use. There's 3 things you can do. Oh yeah, Michael. I'm glad you're doing better. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, if she has a stalker, you tell Maddie to get a hold of me. I'll get them on video myself. She can get a restraining order. These people are absolutely nuts out there. Yeah, it is frightening. I don't know what goes through their head. I mean, I think, like I've said before, I think I'm a good guy in a lot of ways, but I'm also enough of a weirdo in ways that I don't let this affect me. I think like a normal person would, because if it did, I wouldn't do it anymore. So one thing I don't do is I don't go down there and you never hear me. I don't give anything with strings attached. And I'm not stupid enough to hold this constant hammer over all their heads about being truthful with me. I mean, first of all, who am I to be truthful to? I mean, it just seems narcissistic. You're an active prostitute that's a drug addict. I'd appreciate it if you'd be straight with me, but I understand if you're not. So I never go down there putting the heat on them to get out of there. They know if I could help them, I would. And all they got to do is ask. But I don't ask questions that I pretty much have a pretty good idea what I know the answer is. Everybody thinks that, you got to go to rehab. You got to get out of there. That's not in the mix with a lot of these people. And I don't want to say I respect it. I guess I would say I'm disappointed in it. But I realize that, my presence down there is, how you doing? Here's some lunch money. Here's some stuff people sent you. You need a ride out of here. I mean, I told Raven on video, we'll drive you up to the UP right now. We can go down to Indiana to your sister's. Let's go. Come down there and get you. Becky too, no problem, but they don't want to go, and those are calls that I never got. And I'm sure I'm never going to get one from Becky either. So that's what you got to do. Just be there and Don't place demands on these people. They got enough problems. I think Marguerite is, I shouldn't say because I don't want to just pull stuff out of the air that I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad, let's put it that way. In that area down there, that whole service drive is shut down. So that means that she can't just go down one street like she used to. Poncho's never reopened. I don't think she can make it to the to the truck stop, the Sunoco station, and it's way too far for her to walk over on Verner Highway. So I don't really know what she's up to. Yeah, he's a screwball too. I've talked to Renee's mother before, who's a sweetheart that's absolutely devastated, but he's not doing anybody any good. Yeah, thanks, Kimmer. I don't have her current phone number. Is Gerald not down there now? Is Maddie down there alone? Yeah, they walk. There's nothing else to do. But I mean, everybody. Here's the thing about this is people. I was in that predicament in my life one time. There's some times where like there's things that you can sit down that interest you. You may love your pet. You may love living in Denver and going to the mountains every once in a while. There's things that keep you on the right track. You may have a husband, a boyfriend, you have children that you want to be around for. Everybody seems to have a reason to want to not get a drunk driving, not go to jail, and to keep their credit good. It's because you want to keep the good life you have good, and you know what it takes to keep it good, and you know what is going to happen if you don't do the right thing. So there's a maintenance in, psyche that can go either way. And I think when you finally, I mean, who out there doesn't know what heroin's going to do to your life? Other than that nut job college professor, Carl Hart, heroin's pretty much going to ruin your life. So to just try that experimentally, you got to wonder what brought them there to begin with. So then they get into drugs. They've had a ton of sex. Their, health is shit. They got hepatitis C. They got all sorts of sexually transmitted diseases. They're estranged from everybody. Now, when you're down that far in the hole, even if you're a young, attractive girl, there's a blue heron, it's monumental to want to come out of that. And that's the problem you find down there. I don't even want to say it's a problem. That's an occurrence I experience. That there's people that don't want to get out of there. They know with every shot of heroin they take that it could be lights out, and they're willing to roll. I'll tell you this, I've mentioned this before. I know girls down there that have OD'd on heroin, and their roommates were looking for the same dealer that sold them the heroin because they wanted to catch that good high. They weren't intimidated at all by their roommate dying. That shows you the strength and addiction of heroin. Well, that's what I talked to relatives of angels. And yes, she did not tell the truth about being HIV positive, but there's some things that you just don't feel comfortable telling anybody about. You'll tell them 95% of the story. So, for whatever reason, she wasn't truthful about it. Not my business. It's a moot point now. She's dead. But her relatives and friends told me that after she was diagnosed with HIV, that she just kind of gave up more than she ever had before. And here's the reason I think why. When you're down there and you've given up, I mean, you're not worrying about flossing your teeth and brushing your teeth, and hygiene just seems to go out the window. And when you go on that regimen of medications that you need to take when you're HIV positive, it's a discipline. This isn't just like splitting a pill in half and, not suffering the effects from the disease. It's a bitch. There's a bunch of shit you have to take. And you have to get blood serum analysis. And These people are exhausted. They don't have transportation. The point is, it's 1,000 times easier to not take the medication and just let the chips fall where they may. Taking the medication for HIV people is for somebody that got it through a transfusion, that lives a normal life, that wants more than anything to live, that does all the things that I just said that they didn't. So it's just one more iron in the fire of not leaving. You know, they roll the dice every night. Yeah, and that's what people don't get. Believe me, I wish there was a magic wand where I could do it, but I mean, this is reality. You're not going to get as real as down there. It's a low success venture on anybody's part. You just see like a lot of people in the chats and a lot of people on the comments they make. They're just good-hearted people that see a person in trouble and they think they're going to help, and they just don't understand. No drug addict, because they need drug money, is that's the best thing they got going for them, is giving some naive person the thought that their help would get them out of that situation, and that situation never happens. It never comes. You could give them $10, 10,000, 100,000, and they're still there. So they're constantly splitting hairs between trying to carry on a relationship with someone that's trying to help them and dealing with the guilt of knowing that what they're telling these people is false. But welcome to drug addiction. I don't think too much needle sharing's going down there, to be honest with you. Hey, speaking of that, I'll tell you something interesting. I tell you, I got a buddy that's a doctor, and you'd be surprised at people that get hepatitis through getting tattoos. Did you know that? I never really thought too much about that. Because they're not really medical facilities and they're using needles, and it's surprising. Yeah, I'll give her. So what's going on down there? If like things went south for Maddie? Yeah, well, yep. Although hepatitis C is curable now, believe it or not. No, that's exactly what he said. They're not the most hygienic places. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think smoking's anything good for your lungs. If you ever look at the alveoli, the inner soft tissue of a lung in a cadaver, looks like crepe paper. You just can't imagine blowing smoke in there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe that. Yep. Well, I think that's how Arthur Ashe got HIV. Yeah. Yeah, there's A, B, C, and D now. There's Hep D. And they're thinking about coming out with an E, believe it or not. Hey, Rocco, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Yeah, she should. The problem is, I mean, Detroit. I mean, it's not uncommon for the cops not to show up. It's crazy, but they don't. So I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Philip. That's why they went through such this stringent licensing deal before they came out with all these state-approved facilities. It was for stuff like salmonella. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the downside of expectations. Uh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having them. I mean, but you know what it is. I mean, Maddie's a hard person to not want to help, and I mean, the same thing with Kelly or Maddie. I mean, just the idle moments you must have sometime as a parent, and the thinking that you do about what you did for your children or what you didn't do. I mean, these people out there in fantasy land, a Hallmark channel want to see Maddie taking her kids to Cedar Point. It's not happening. Those kids are better without Maddie than they are with her. She knows that. So, I mean, that's kind of like a Hallmark story that these people are thinking about that just isn't happening. Yeah, I hope she does well too. No, it's true, Peggy. Yeah, sorry about that. It's not uncommon. Now I get emails from people all the time, man. I tell them it's gene expression too. You can have, you know, twins, identical twins, and one turns out to be an alcoholic and the other doesn't, and their genes are the same. So it's weird how genes express themselves. That's why good parents can't figure out how they had kids that are just nuts. Well, there you go. Didn't have anything to do with the upbringing. Had to do with gene expression. I think there was some time, and who knows when, and these are like personal secrets no one divulges, but there was a time in Maddie's life when she said, screw it. I mean, you know how hard it would be for her to get out of there and to go back and to get just even? Yeah, they do, Neff. They do. They think it's like it's going to be a happy ending. I don't expect a happy ending with Maddie. I mean, believe me, I hope I'm wrong. I don't expect one with Becky either. Yeah, sorry about that, Blue. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a tough one, Maddie. Yeah, it does help. Yeah. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong too. What are you having problems with depression, Blue? Oh, I know. It's crazy. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's a lot of ways to attack that. I mean, I don't know what kind of resources you have out there. I get the genetic testing if it's bothering you, really bad, it's not that much anymore. You can get that done for about $200 now, and it lets you know what medication that you're gonna respond to. It just cuts through, like, 5 years of psychiatry office visits trying different things. It saves a lot of time. Hey, 6 Mile Marty. Yeah, well, anxiety is a close relative to depression, that's for sure. Well, you're out there in Colorado. Have you tried some of those gummies? The indica gummies? Yeah, Jenna, it's the way to go. Oh, yeah, they've had it around for a long time. It used to be expensive, but now it's affordable because a lot of insurance companies consider it out of network. Yeah, if you're still feeling depressed, though, then what you're taking isn't working as good as it should. I would keep looking. I bet you do have it, Neff. I bet you have it there. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Oh, you won't eat gummies? Oh, okay. Well, they got new medications coming out all the time. Yeah, that's actually a golf course that butts up to the rear part of my property. And I can walk her out there whenever I want, so it works out nice. Yeah, I've had problems with depression. Yeah. I don't know what you would be allergic to about. I mean, allergic reaction is pretty definitive. Yeah, I've heard of antidepressants not working. I've never heard of someone being allergic to them. Just doesn't make sense. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's another one, Trintrilex. I don't know. You've probably tried Prozac. There's a million of them out there now. I'll tell you what works. This is going to sound crazy to you, but I guarantee you 1,000% this works. But it's hard to do because you feel a little shitty and you don't get much done. Sleep deprivation. And if it gets worse and just you don't respond to medications, I would consider some shock therapy. I would take it next time. Yeah, Wellbutrin, that's a good one too. Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah. What do they call it? Gene sighting? Yeah, I have problems with it myself. Like I said before, though, depression is like, when you hear of someone killing themselves, you think, oh, they were lonely and sad. Maybe not. I know with my problems, it wasn't that at all. It had nothing to do with like uh, not being able to have a relationship or having friends or being successful in a business or none. It didn't. None of that. I had all that. It was just, kind of. I think that's in a way. I know this is a stretch. Is identifying with the working girls, and there's a point you get to where, I thought this stuff was going to be more fulfilling than it is. I didn't really like marriage that much. Uh, a nice house isn't that great. Travel, well, I got sick of that. It just got where I ran out of things that kept me going. I mean, I've joked about this before. I think there's something about being naive and working a shit job for 40 years that you didn't like. And you're thinking that any day when I win that lottery, I'm going to tell this place to shut it and I'm going to head down to Florida and I'm not going to do shit. And that's what keeps you going. There are certain steps in life that you never get to. And you're assuming that if you got to them, that would make you happy. Well, I've got to them all. I've been lucky enough to get to them all, and none of them made me happy for long. So, like I said, gene expression. My parents were two chronic druggy drinkers. And, I'm exactly what you would expect as offspring from people like that. My sister's nuts. My nephew's nuts. All his kids are nuts. It's just, you're trying to keep a cap on this shit. But I understand why they don't want to get out of being working girl drug addicts, because I was in a similar place mentally, only with much different circumstances. It's so crazy to like think of it this way. But it's just I really didn't want a girlfriend. I had a couple girlfriends. I had a great wife. If you met my wife, you'd love her. I told a psychiatrist one time, he said, "Well, you left Detroit and you moved to Atlanta." Yeah, I did. "And then where'd you go?" I said, "Well, then I moved back to Detroit." And he said, "Then where?" I said, "Florida." Yeah, and I tried to tell this dumbass psychiatrist, he's quizzing me about things. I didn't do anything to try and like sink my own ship. Every time I made a move or sold a business, it was like thinking that, well, this is going to be happiness. This is what I want. This is going to work. Instead of a 1,600 square foot place, I've got a 3,200 square foot place. Instead of living in a subdivision, I wanted to have 20 acres, which I bought. I wanted to have sports cars and airplanes, and I did all that, and it's like, I had I had a great wife and a great girlfriends. And it never really lasted that long. I just kind of got sick of them. It was always this or that, and some of them got sick of me. But it was just like it got to where like my cone of interest was so limited that, I just wanted to say, fuck it. The worst thing that I remember thinking this, it's like the worst thing that could happen to me is to like live for 20 more years. You got to be shitting me. That was my thinking. It's like this just isn't this great, I mean, I'm going to live like maybe 15 or 20 more years of this bullshit. I mean, I was like unsatisfied. I mean, I'm better than I was, but I'm by no means out of the woods. I just can't imagine like, doing this stupid shit. I mean, I think YouTube helped me out a lot. I think of this. I don't know what the hell I'd be doing without YouTube. I really don't, man. I might not even be talking to you. I like taking photos and video and stuff like that. And, people that maybe get a chance to see them that wouldn't get to see them otherwise. I do think that way when I'm doing things. But honestly, I like it myself. I like doing it. I don't know why. Like I got my recorder going at home, hoping I get some good bird songs. It's nuts. Yeah, I mean, I could tell you that that's why I never had kids, but I mean, my upbringing was an absolute disaster. Conflict over everything, just a non-functioning crap family. And I can remember thinking, man, this isn't any sitting under the Christmas tree for me. I mean, honest to God, I should have got a damn ticker tape parade for the way I turned out, consider the way that I was raised. And I think that led to part of my demise too, because I thought after overcoming all this bullshit, I mean, everything I ever did was like impossible. I'm not kidding you. I wasn't a very good student, and just everything, like getting a pilot's license was like monumental compared to some guy that came from like a normal thing. And it just seems like all these things that you're stretching yourself on, thinking that this is going to cause you to be like happy or fulfilled or feel good, just never really worked that way. So, I don't know. I mean, there's half full and half empty people. And I think I'm definitely a glass half full. It's weird. Well, thank you, Tim. Yeah, it's just, but when I hear somebody offing themselves, I got mixed feelings on it. I mean, I don't think you'll read the where it's the ultimate selfish act. I don't buy that at all. It's your life, and you shouldn't have to live it for other people. So when I hear people, I try and shut them up on that. It's like, well, that was very selfish. Look, if you were going through what that person went to, look at that weather lady down in Detroit. She had that LASIK and it didn't work and she couldn't see right and ended up killing herself. And there was a lot of criticism. Well, she left 2 young children behind. Let me tell you, when you bring 2 kids into this world, she had a good job, a nice husband. That's the way it was sold to me. But for all I know, the husband could have been a jack-off. Being a mother wasn't what she thought it would be. And they're laying this whole suicide on her having scar tissue that was causing pain and eyesight problems, when none of that is true. So you don't really know. You know, Robin Williams is another example. You know, if you read between the lines on that gold digging bitch he got hooked up with, just like Mel Gibson. So, supposedly he was having some financial problems too. So you got this bitch up your ass all the time. You got the financial strain going on. And he just said, fuck it, went in the closet and hung himself. So there's always more to the story. This singer guy uh, that killed himself, Chris Cornell in Detroit. Boy, I think we're getting just a little bit of a big story. You don't know. Hey, Ann. Yeah, Kate Spade, same thing, Linda. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but those gold diggers have high IQs. They're experts at what they do. That's why if you listen to the audio tapes on Mel Gibson, have you listened to those on YouTube? Go listen to those Mel Gibson audio tapes. And what you're listening to is you're listening to when the light bulb came on. And Mel and his big, huge, giant ego realized he'd been duped. And that's when she started recording their conversations. But it makes perfect sense to me. And if you listen to her, you just want to reach through the phone and strangle that bitch. But she was a perfect con job. She was actually a professional pianist. I don't know if you know that or not. Cultured, full of shit, but she had a target on his back and went for it and was successful. And once he realized that happened, it was all downhill. Hey, Tammy. Well, there's a big, huge difference between, they call it, what did they call this? Suicidal ideation. That you think about it a lot, but you don't do it. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, huh? I had a Tri-Pacer 182, a 172, and an Aerostar, and a Cherokee 6. Oh, he did, Kimmers? No, I mean, some people, hey, Andrew, I mean, some people, like, I'm not one of these kind of people. I, some people, evidently, when they're depressed, people think that, well, if you ever need somebody to talk to, well, believe me, when I'm depressed, that's the last thing on my mind, talking to somebody. It doesn't interest me. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, my wife had a friend whose husband killed himself, and she was a nice lady. And they had a kid, and this kid just had, you don't know whether the problems were going to be there all along. Genetics are the issue. Anyway, long story short, he was in the service and then got out and then went to culinary school. And, she was always trying to be the, the helicopter mom, doing the right thing, keeping this kid on the right track, constantly going to therapy and buying books and to seminars, trying to keep this kid from being depressed and thinking about his dad. And it was bad enough he grew up without his dad. Now, that's maybe. It could have been worse if his dad would have stayed alive, but I certainly wasn't going to bring that up. You never know. But anyway, he just killed himself about a year ago. And I felt so bad for her because, god damn, man, she put like thousands of hours into trying to be a good mother. And here, there was some point in her life where she just crossed paths with a man that she became attracted to, and they went the full route. They got married. I mean, there were obviously good times. They produced a child. He ended up killing themselves, and now the child kills himself too. But just think how much different her life would have went had she not met him. She could be happy with 3 kids in a different state. You just never know. I mean, that's the thing. Doors are always opening and closing, and you don't know where you're going to be when that happens. I call it shit luck. Virtual musical chairs. You're walking around in circles trying to find yourself, and the music stops. And your life is going to change in a big way depending on if there's a chair under your butt or not. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean, Mr. Downriver. Yeah, but you know what? That's all fixable because you're aware of it now, and that speaks volumes. A lot of people, this is what I say with my own transgressions, with my mental health, and that is at least I'm aware of it, which allows me to do something about it. The graveyards are filled with people that the light bulb never came on. They just never got it. This never occurred to them, and their whole life was ending up being something that it shouldn't have been because the light bulb never came on. So you're lucky. You can do a lot with that. You can choose to stay that way, or you can, I look at it, if I get 1 week out of my life because I changed something, because I became aware of it, then it's worth it to me. Yeah, it's another Hallmark story. Yeah, I wish I would have had this happen when I was in diapers, but you know what? It didn't. So for me to make any changes with any times left, I'm happy about because there's so many people that don't. Yeah. Oh yeah, good, Kimmers. Glad you didn't either. It's not normal to want to end your life. It's not. I mean, this is for sure. I mean, you don't see birds flying into windows on purpose or, uh, you know, I was going to say whales beaching themselves, but I'd be wrong. You don't see animal life committing suicide that I know of, it's an aberration. It's not normal. It's not normal for something living to want to end its own life. Oh, okay, Andrew. Yeah, lemmings do that, but that's more of a yearly that eventually ends up aiding them in breeding. It's not like a suicide for mental issues. There's a logical step, and there's other things that do that too. Well, let me think of another example. What other kind of animal does that? They give their life, or bees, honeybees are an example. Yeah, they give their lives for the sake of the hive. When they go out and sting something, it's game over, they die. Yeah. They look at it like I delete all the comments where you'll see some girl out there, she sucked 20 dicks. She's dirty. She's estranged from everybody. She's dope sick. And you got some fucker coming on there saying that it's a choice. I delete all those comments, every single one of them. Who in the hell would choose to do that? It's a situational thing. It's a bunch of things that come together that get you there. It's not one occurrence. Nobody's jealous about anybody being a drug addicted prostitute. You dumbasses. God, so aggravating. Choice. Here's another one that really a pet peeve of mine. Everybody comes on, and Katie is an example. They want to do the math on how much they would make if they didn't spend it on drugs. Hello. Thank you. I get it. The Penny interview. Did anybody see the rat? Yeah, you know what? Everybody saw the rat. Thanks for pointing out the obvious. Yeah. I don't know about cicadas. I'm looking forward to them coming out, though. I think you're right, Lana. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be depressed nowadays? I mean, all you got to do is watch the news. Oh, that can happen, Lisa. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I saw one. I've been looking. Yeah. Oh, the news will drive anybody nuts. Yeah, just watch it. Just look at, I get this like Google thing. It gives you their version of the news. And and then I get the MSN bullshit when I open up that browser and it's like some actress dead at 22, some writer dead at 30, some computer virus guy dead at 50. The media has figured out this is just an aberration to normal, healthy thought, which I can't figure out. But the media has capitalized on this. And when you're a for profit company and the name of the game is clicks on articles, it doesn't take long to figure out what works. And seemingly what works is negative information. I really feel bad for no matter what happened to Bill and Melinda Gates, because now it's like you're going to have every crackpot idiot come on there and speculate about him hanging around with that old pervert from Florida, Epstein, or visiting his old girlfriend. I mean, this sounds terrible, and I'm just joking, but when you're married to a guy like Bill Gates for 27 years, you deserve billions. It'd be like being married to Donald Trump. You talk about earning your pay. I mean, how many gold seated toilets do you have to have before you think to yourself, this is worth it? It's the old adage, if you marry for money, you'll never have a harder job till the day you die, and that's no shit. I bet she's the most miserable person in the world. Yeah. Oh, it's just, but like I said, you never really know. Look at Jeff Bezos' wife. She married a school teacher. She's probably happier than hell. I wish them both happiness, actually. If you look at Jeff Bezos's, this is terrible, and I could be completely wrong, but Jeff Bezos, I mean, it's true. Women can become attracted to men for a lot of reasons. Looks, of course, is a no-brainer. But it's the old adage, it's not what you look like, it's what you whisper in their ears. And I would say with most women, they wouldn't particularly find Jeff Bezos attractive other than the lifestyle he could provide. And if you look at his new wife or girlfriend, I don't know if they've gotten married yet. I mean, she looks to me like she has a dick. I mean, I could be wrong, but of all the young, good-looking women out there that you would think he had access to, and he gets tied up with this lady, I mean, I could be wrong, but it just true love has got to be manufactured in that instance. And his ex-wife seems like a real sweetheart. Tiger Woods' ex-wife was a sweetheart. But again, I don't know. And from what I've seen of Melinda Gates, she seems like a really decent person. But I got an idea that, she probably went to the psychiatrist one day and, you're trying to think, how can I divorce this billionaire? I mean, it's going to, and finally got to the point where either I'm going to blow my head off and they're going to have an article in the newspaper about Melinda Gates found dead, or I'm just going to ante up, grow some big balls, and divorce this guy because I can't stand it any longer. That's what she did. Look, if you've been married 27 years, you'd run out of ink pens before you'd run out of reasons why you think you should get divorced. Hey, air cold. Yeah, I think it does. Feeds poor mental health, yeah. You disassociate yourself with everyone. All right, Lisa, have a good day today. Yeah, I feel I don't know what's going on there. I mean, who cares? It's none of anybody's business why they're getting divorced. I suspect that there's something there that they acted like we cannot. They got their publicity agent to say that we felt that we no longer could grow together. Give me a fucking break. Grow together? No shit. You're two old people now. But they both got high profile ass kicker attorneys, so this isn't going to be amicable. I mean, if it was going to be like they sold it at the beginning, you wouldn't have needed you wouldn't have needed lawyers. You could have just split everything up and however you decide, but it's not. They both got ass kicker lawyers. So I got an idea there's going to be a lot of troublemaking by the media to be able to go in and read these transcripts. And, we'll find out Bill Gates likes to ride around in circles nude on a tricycle playing Bozo the Clown. Yeah, they say they talk. If they decided how to split the assets, then they wouldn't need the lawyers each one of them hired. You don't need lawyers for that. I mean, you could get one to handle the deal, but the lawyers they got are well-known divorce attorneys, not settlement advisors. So something's not adding up. Hey, sad boys. It's just hard to say. I mean, she could have. Maybe she got tired of him going to bed with his Disney doll at night. You just don't know. But it goes to show you, man, money doesn't solve everything. I'm sure each one of them have every damn toy they ever wanted, and you got a personal chef, and you don't have to clean the house. You can just sit there and read self-help books, and that still didn't work. I mean, what resource out there didn't the Gateses have available to them? None. And they couldn't take it anymore. It's like, Bill, I just can't take this anymore. I know we're going to get slaughtered in the media. It's probably going to affect our kids, but I just can't put up with your dorky ass anymore, even though I only see you once a month in our giant home. Right, Lana? Yeah. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Until you're married to somebody, you don't really know much at all. But you know how to sleep with your favorite treats near you. Hey, Jeannie. Jeannie? Yeah, that's it. Yep. At the beginning, it's easy. When you're young and you meet someone you're attracted to, you're talking on the phone for hours. You're shopping for garbage cans, and it's so fun. You just want to see every garbage can, which is in 100 miles, because just being together and interacting is so damn fun. And all you can think of is, another 40 years of this sounds perfect. It's not reality. That's right, Linda. All right, graphics. Have a good day. Yeah, DeLong's Bunkers. Yeah, you're right. Yep. There are a lot of nice birds singing today. Yeah, I know. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here. I think I'm going to stop at Big Boys and get an omelet. I don't know why, but I feel like one. So you guys have a good day today. Hope my recorder got some good birds singing in my backyard. Lonnie, you have a good day. Amber, Linda, Emily. Oh, no kidding, Emily. I don't doubt that. All right, Lethea, have a good day. I hope you feel better. See you, Blue. Oh, is it? That's fine with me. See you, Ralph. Bye, Linda. See you, Artist. See you, Air Cold. Have a good day. See you, Philip. Oh, big time. Have a good day, guys. See you, Drowsy Doll. Bye, Emily. See you, Penny. Check your tracking number. See where your rocks are. See you, Sad Boys. See you, Kimbers. Thanks for emailing me that number.